Hi everyone, and welcome back to another episode of WCU Entertainment Review. I'm Courtney, and today I'm joined by Carly, David, and Jayla. We have a bit of a short show today. We're going to be talking about all the revivals that are happening in the film business, specifically the new Disney movie, The Jungle Book, which is a live remake of an old favorite. We're going to be talking about the end of American Idol, which David is very upset about. I think he might be the only person that still watches American Idol. Yep. I don't know. I guess we'll find out. And we're going to have a new segment, which is Late Night. I feel like over the past couple of years, there have been so many cool things that have been happening on late night television, on The Tonight Show and The Late Late Show with James Corden. Specifically, we'll be talking about carpool karaoke, which is taking the internet and America by storm. So just sit back, relax, and let's get started.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0.
So we're first going to talk about movies, and a movie that is coming out this month is The Jungle Book, which is a remake of the old Disney classic, The Jungle Book, the animated film from the 60s, and Disney's taken it and made it 2016 version with CGI and all that. And I feel like this is such a big trend that's been happening in the film business a lot, revivals and reboots. What do you guys think about it?
So when I saw the preview for Jungle Book, I didn't know it was Jungle Book at first because it was kind of scary in my opinion.
Yeah, it's kind of cynical.
It was dark. It was, I don't know. I didn't expect it to be Disney, honestly.
Yeah.
No, I really like it. I think it's a great theme. It's taking the classics from my childhood and making them new. It's not like in TV how they're messing things up with like revivals. I think they're making them better almost, and kind of more like they're growing with the people who like grew up with them. So I think, like you said, it's getting a little bit darker, and I think that's kind of going to be a good thing because we're going to be the ones that are watching it.
Puts a different spin on it.
Yeah.
True. What do you think, Jayla?
I think they have like the actors and actresses that are
Lupita Nyong'o, Scarlett
Elba.
Johansson. Yeah, he's in
they
it.
have, like,
Scarlett
very,
Johansson.
very good actors. I think it's going to be a pretty good
I do like the cast, but it's very weird to me because I saw it when I went to the movies a couple weeks ago, the trailer, and it was so weird seeing Bill Murray's voice come out of a giant bear, and it was very unsettling, and I was thinking, I don't know if I could sit through this. As cool and beautiful as the effects look, I mean, the effects look awesome, guys. Like, there's no doubt about that. Disney has tons of cash to spend on something like this.
Right.
I don't know. I just think that there's so many reboots happening. I mean, Star Wars is back. They just released a trailer yesterday for Rogue One, which is a new Star Wars spinoff that's coming out in December. And I just feel like there's a lack of originality happening.
Yeah, I could agree with that. And when they put out the new Cinderella, I guess it was like a year or so
last
ago
year.
now, I wasn't like the biggest fan of it. I thought it was good, but I didn't think it was like anything fresh or like new. I think they just redid Cinderella.
I agree with you wholeheartedly because I saw that movie over winter break. I watched it with my cousin, and it was the exact same story, except they gave the prince a name.
Yeah.
He wasn't just Prince Charming. His name was Christopher.
He has an identity now.
Yeah, he can ID him. And I mean, Cate Blanchett was amazing as a stepmother,
absolutely.
but it was exactly the same story. Although we did see Cinderella's mother, so that was
which was
another.
cool, but it wasn't.
It was the same thing, and I felt like Cinderella was the same as she was in the 1950s movie.
Yep.
And that just was unsettling, especially for 2015, well now 2016.
And here's the question I think we need to be asking is, are they doing it for the money, or are they doing it because they really do want to bring it back and put a different spin on it? And I really do think most of the time it's for the money.
Oh, come on. Yeah. I love Disney. They're great, but come on. It's one of the biggest companies in the world. They're looking to make money everywhere. They own Lucasfilm. They own Marvel. They own a lot of other things. Pixar now.
Right.
I mean, they're just like, come on.
Yeah.
I don't know. The Jungle Book, probably won't pay to see it. I'll probably see it on a random Wednesday night
I
or
think I
something.
might be.
I'm
sitting in
interested.
the seat,
I'm
yeah.
interested in seeing it.
Yeah.
Really?
Because it's not just like a talking, well, they're still talking animals.
Right.
But I think they tried to make it darker so it
They definitely
appeals
have.
to like the older audience as well.
Yeah.
Right.
Not just like a children's movie like the animated Jungle Book.
True.
So I think they tried to make it more adult seem like, and that's why I would pay to see it.
Right.
I mean, if you think about it, though, the story itself is pretty dark. It's about a young boy who's raised by wolves in the jungles of India, and he's targeted by a tiger. That's pretty heavy. I mean,
So maybe they are trying to bring it back to, not exactly,
roots.
but right, Right.
And
Similar to the Roots.
There's another Jungle Book movie coming out next year.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jungle Book Origins. And they have Benedict Cumberbatch playing Shere Khan, so I mean, I guess we'll see who's better, Idris Elba or Benedict Cumberbatch in a year to come. But I think that's all we have to say about that. I'm just frustrated by the lack of originality in the film business. It's so many reboots and revivals, I don't know. Maybe I'm just frustrated by the lack of originality in life, but that's for the other show. So we're gonna wrap it up with movies, and now we're going to talk about the end of an era. American Idol ended this week. David is very sad about it.
Yeah.
So why don't you take this over? Because, like I said, I think he might be the only person in America that still watches American Idol, other than my grandmother.
Definitely.
Sorry.
So American Idol was a big thing for my family. We would watch it as a family, like it would always come on, and it really was big at
Right.
a certain time.
Yeah.
It was.
And, I think when Carrie Underwood was winning, like
Yeah.
that was like maybe its peak right there.
Definitely.
And there are some like great idols that came out of that show. I love it so much, but I do have to say it should have ended a lot earlier.
Like at least
Yeah.
8 seasons ago.
Right. But
How many seasons were there in total?
15.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Oh my god, it's
That's
been that
long for any show, honestly.
Yeah,
I
that's
feel like
long.
the year or like 2 after Keith Urban, that's who it is, right? Keith Urban came in as like
Mm-hmm.
with his set of judges and Paul Abdul and all of them left. I think that's when they should have ended it because
Yeah.
after the original like cast leaves, I feel like what's left with the show, you're just trying to make it for the money.
Right, and they definitely were scrounging around for views because they added judges like Nicki Minaj and Mariah Carey. You
Yeah, I
put two
remember
divas
that.
together like
Yeah.
that, and it's
going
just
to be a
bound to be some
fight.
drama.
Yeah.
And that's when it like really takes it away from the contestants,
Mm-hmm.
who it should really be about. But definitely love the set of judges right now. It's Harry Connick Jr.,
He's a good
J-Lo, and Keith Urban.
I think that's a good group. I mean, because you have all different areas. Harry Connick Jr. is more of a traditional singer. He likes to do Sinatra stuff, and then J-Lo is definitely more top 40 pop. She's like a different edge to it. And then Keith Urban's the countryside,
Right.
which you get a lot of country people on shows like American Idol, and I think they're all powerhouses in their own right. But let's be real, people mostly watch it because of Simon Cowell.
Yes, I completely agree.
The
and
mean
they
guy.
Yeah,
I feel
he
like
was so
people
mean.
aren't watching it anymore for like the talent, they're watching it for the comedy of it. So just like the auditions when everyone is
And-
like messing up or like not very good, that's why people I think watch it, and it's taking away from its like roots.
Right, and it's interesting you say that though, because if you look at The Voice and X Factor and shows like that, they don't spend any time really on making fun of like auditions or like
Right.
those weird people that come into the auditions. That was like an American Idol iconic part of the show, but
Yeah.
it gets old,
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, but I feel like The Voice is more popular than American Idol.
Oh,
Like
totally.
I watched The Voice before I would watch American Idol, and I
Right.
don't know why. I think it's just
It's newer, you know.
Yeah.
I think it's more professional too.
Right.
Yeah.
I remember though when American Idol was the thing to watch.
Oh, yeah.
I remember it was Pepsi sponsored it. It was everywhere. They had the tours. And I remember I was in grade school at the time, and I didn't watch American Idol. It just was never a thing for me. But I remember kids being like, I have to text to vote for Carrie, or I have to vote for Clay Aiken. I remember this vividly. I was in the 2nd grade when Ruben Sutter won, or the 3rd grade. Very early age, and my grandmother wanted Clay Aiken to win so badly that she called the hotline the entire day before the finale to vote for him.
Wow.
And I remember she kept getting frustrated because she always got a busy dial. So
Yeah, you really get emotionally invested in those
I
types
can
of
see
shows.
that.
I will admit, I said I was going to cry if Jordan Sparks did not win her year. And she did win, so there was no tears on my end.
Yeah.
But I was definitely like rooting for her the whole way.
If you think about it though, some of the winners you never hear from again. Ruben Sutter, where's he been? Taylor Hicks?
Taylor Hicks.
I think that was the year everyone just kind of went,
What? Like, yeah.
I mean,
Definitely.
Catherine McPhee has a career, and she was the
Yeah.
runner-up. I mean, Carrie Underwood's big, so is Kelly Clarkson. They still have long careers way after they won. We never heard from Justin. What was his last name? Justin.
The fact that I can't even think
Yeah,
about it.
yeah. So sorry, Justin. Justin Kelly. Fantasia had a
Yeah, she had her.
Yeah, she did Broadway and stuff.
And another thing are the non-winners.
William
Absolutely.
Hung. Well, he was an audition. William
Not who I
Hung.
thought of, but
William Hung owes his career to American Idol.
You can say that about a lot of people though, because that's where they really get discovered. We were talking earlier about
Jennifer
how
Hudson.
Yeah, exactly.
Right.
I was
She has
about
an
to say
Oscar.
Jennifer Hudson, how there's kind of like a curse of the American Idol because once you sign to American Idol, you're like signing your life away. And if you don't make it, you don't make it, and you don't really typically get picked up by someone else. Whereas if you're like a runner-up, you still have the opportunity. People see you and they reach out to you and they're like, oh, this person is like a great performer, and they like Jennifer Hudson, they still have a really good opportunity and chance of becoming successful.
Jennifer Hudson is so successful.
Absolutely.
Her career skyrocketed. Same with Amber Riley from Glee. She auditioned for American Idol too, and they told her no. Like I think she made it to Hollywood, but I don't think she made it that far.
Tori Kelly too.
Oh, really?
I didn't know that.
Yep.
Wow.
Oh, yeah, she did.
Simon actually said you're not ready yet, and maybe
He
she
did say
wasn't
that
at
a
the
lot.
time. I don't know.
I
Maybe
mean,
that's what sparked her to get a little bit more
It's
motivated.
like, I'll prove you wrong.
Yeah.
well, so I think to wrap this up, who is everyone's favorite American Idol winner? Because we all know, everyone knows American Idol. And you can say, because especially if they're, really popular, you can probably say. Carly, we'll start with you.
I'm gonna have to say Carrie Underwood, just because she's like a timeless, like keeps putting out new things and stands for like good things too. So I think Carrie's my girl.
I have to say Kelly Clarkson. The original, the OG, number one. I love Kelly Clarkson, and I think she's still putting out great music, and I think she's just a cool person outside of the music, and a mom. Her daughter's adorable. Good for you, Kelly. I mean, way to go. How about you, David?
Well, you know me. I'm like a fan of the whole show, so I kind
Yeah.
of love them
Yeah,
all.
you have a
but
big
I
one.
actually love Trent Harmon. He just won last
know who
night.
that is.
He's the final,
Last night.
Okay.
and he is the final idol to win. And
Wow.
I think he's very different from the guys that have won so far. He has like a upper register that really makes him different. And look at his new single. It's called Falling. It's out
Okay.
right now, and
Check
I love
that
it.
out.
So that's my favorite idol.
What about you, Jayla?
I would have to say Fantasia and agree with you, Kelly Clarkson.
Good choices, both good choices. Well, rest in peace, American Idol. You gave us a lot of entertainment over the years. David will be sobbing in his room later. No, I'm kidding.
Maybe.
It was a good show. It definitely was an American icon. And we will never forget Simon Cowell's scowl and tight V-necks.
That's so true.
Rest in peace, American Idol. Okay, so now we're going to go to our last segment, which is late night.
One of my favorite
Yes.
topics. One of my
Yes.
favorite topics.
All right, well, Carly, this was kind of your brainchild, so why don't you talk about late night? What's so great about late night TV?
I don't know what it is about late night that really interests me. I just think it's that they can say anything they want, really, because it's like kind of bypasses some of the laws of TV, and they bring in all different kinds of stars. And I like that there's a diverse range of, well, not too diverse because there's not a lot of women in the business, but there's a somewhat diverse range of people that host, like Jimmy Fallon, all the Jimmys and the Jameses, Jimmy Fallon, Jimmy Kimmel, James Corden, like. I think they all offer a different perspective. Like Jimmy Kimmel does more of like street talking kind of stuff. James Corden focuses more on the stars, and he's kind of starting off his career. And then Jimmy Fallon just does it all, and he's probably my favorite out of the three James.
I feel like late night TV, maybe it's just because I'm older now. 10 years ago I didn't watch late night TV because I was 12. So I don't know if I was allowed to watch late night TV. I'll have to ask my mom that. But I feel like it's just really taken off, and I think the internet has helped that. Because I know every day I wake up and I go on Facebook or Twitter, there's something trending that happened on late night TV. The other day it was Melissa McCarthy did a lip sync battle with Jimmy Fallon, and she did Colors of the Wind from Pocahontas, and it was amazing and crazy. So I feel like there's just so many fun things happening on late night TV.
Yeah, there's different skits. It's like different than SNL is, where their skits are like scripted. Everything's kind of just improv, which I really like.
Yeah.
And I don't know. I just think it's really interesting. And like you said, internet's really taking it off with YouTube. They put all their clips on YouTube now, and even if I can't stay up late enough to watch them, I have the access to go back and see the best parts of them, which I
I
appreciate.
definitely think late night is at its prime right now.
Definitely.
When I flip through the channels, like back to back from James, Jimmy, and
Jimmy.
like, everybody, like I can find myself just wanting to watch all of them. Like I have trouble switching between. I like end up looking at the guest that comes on to like decide. Usually the late night shows that used to be, I'm not fond of like some of them, but
No, I was not a fan of Jay Leno or David Letterman
Oh, me neither.
at all.
I'm
And I
still-
love Stephen Colbert now.
Oh,
I've
I was
taken
about to say,
Letterman's
I'm
spot.
still not
He's
the
really
biggest.
funny.
I'm not the biggest fan of Stephen
No?
Colbert.
I
I
get
think
it.
he's a different kind of late night, as in
He
he's
is.
more serious and more like political. But
Well, before Stephen Colbert came to CBS, he had his own show on Comedy Central, The Colbert Report, which is definitely, it was a political show, and he was hilarious on that. But he played a character, not himself. So now everyone's seeing like the real Stephen Colbert. I just think he's just such a sweet man. Like
he's strange too, and I
he
love it.
is. He's such a nerd.
Yeah.
He loves the Lord of the Rings, and it's so funny to hear him talk about it. I love Stephen Colbert. I think he's just a great guy. He did an amazing interview with Joe Biden a couple months ago where they both talked about grief because both of them have had a lot of loss in their lives. And it was just extremely moving, which was strange for late night TV because late night TV is definitely more like fun.
Yeah.
But it was just so good. I don't know. What do you think, Jayla? Do you watch late night TV?
I actually do not. I don't.
Oh, girl, you gotta get
You're
on that.
missing
I
out.
know. I'm not really that big of a TV fan, and I think that's why. So like, usually my TV is on mute and on Nickelodeon, and I never change the channel from that. So, but I have to check it out.
I think what's interesting in late night now is that with like the rise of the Jimmys is like the losses of like people like Conan who were once really, really big and now are just really struggling to keep up with everyone else. I remember like growing up, Conan was something like that my mom wasn't like the biggest fan of, but it was bigger for that time, and now everyone else, like people our age and our generation, are appreciating late night more and like not appreciating people like him as much.
And for a while, Conan was supposed to get Jay Leno's spot, right?
Yes. So what happened was, oh man, I think I was in high school when it happened, so probably about 2008, 2009. Jay Leno announced that he was leaving The Tonight Show, which is now hosted by Jimmy Fallon. And Conan O'Brien hosted the Late Show. Not The Late Show, I'm sorry, whatever, Late Night. He hosted Late Night, which is now hosted by Seth Meyers. And Conan was poised to take over The Tonight Show, and he did. And then after a short amount of time, Jay Leno said, oh wait, I'm gonna come back now. And he just took the position back from Conan. And Conan just it was bad. And it was, Conan O'Brien is so talented.
Yeah.
He is one of my favorite comedians. Maybe his show may struggle in viewership, but not in content. Because that man, the content he comes out with is just really good. I recommend Conan Goes to the American Girl Store.
Oh, I just recently saw that. So funny.
It's a great 10 minutes, 12 minutes of your time. It's amazing. He just does a lot of fun stuff. So I'm kind of sad that he's not getting the attention that the Jimmys are getting, or James, excuse me.
Two Jimmys, one James.
Yes.
And TBS did pick him up, though.
They did. He has a show on TBS.
Right. But I don't think that is a main channel.
It's not 3, 6, or 10, which
Right.
everyone has.
Yeah.
And I would love to see him go to one of those channels, but I don't think that's going to happen right now. But speaking of James Corden just took over the Late Late Show last year. This time last year he took it over. And I've seen James Corden in a lot of stuff. He's a great actor, and I think he's just you can tell he just loves it. He just loves his job.
The thing is with James Corden, I don't view him as a celebrity, and I love that about him.
It's
because
interesting.
when he's interviewing guests and he's doing the
He's like a fan.
karaoke, he just loves them just as much as we do. And that's really comforting to like see somebody on our level that has a show like that. It's awesome.
Meanwhile, he's friends with most of these people he has on his show. Let's be honest.
Yeah.
Him and Adele did a carpool. So carpool karaoke is where he drives around with a famous singer or group. He's done Adele, Elton John, One Direction, Justin Bieber, and they sing in the car. They sing like Adele. He was singing a lot of her hits with her, and then they'll sing other things. They're singing the Spice Girls. It's really funny.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And the best part is James Corden can actually sing.
Well, James Corden was actually in a band.
He was, and he was in Into the Woods last year as a baker.
So he's not just like any other. I feel like a lot of people don't know that, so they're like, "Oh my gosh, this late night performer, like he's keeping up." But he's actually a singer, so like he's good, and that's what makes it more entertaining because he's like down to earth and he's doing it with them. Like he's not just interviewing or.
No.
And there's something about seeing a celebrity just in a car.
Yeah,
I don't know,
agree.
it's just really human. I don't know.
I remember the Adele one, and you can tell that they're friends. Like, you can tell, but the way that he was just fangirling over him, I'm thinking, this would be me if I was in a car with Adele.
Oh.
I feel okay now.
I wouldn't be able to even breathe if I was in a car with Adele.
I know.
What I like about James Corden, too, is that he doesn't make it about himself as much as he makes it about the performance. And I feel like a lot of other late night, like Jimmy Fallon, a lot of times he gets criticized because he's making it all about him and he is the show, and that's just not what it's supposed to be.
Yeah, James Corden is I feel like if I ever had to go on a late night show for my first one, I would pick his because I feel like it would be so comfortable.
Right.
Yeah.
It would be like just going to a friend's house and talking about stuff that I like. I feel like the big guys like Jimmy Kimmel or Jimmy Fallon would be so intimidating, but I feel like James would, I don't know him. He could be like a terrible person for all I know. I don't think he is, but he just seems very, like you said, down to earth, which I really like. Now you mentioned, and this is a problem that I have so much with, is that there are no women in late night, except we have one person, and she is amazing, and her name is Samantha Bee. And she has a show on TBS called Full Frontal with Samantha Bee, and if you're not watching the show, guys, I mean, come on, you have to watch it. She's hilarious. I loved her on The Daily Show. She was the best correspondent they had, in my opinion. Other than, John Oliver, too. Actually, there was a lot. But she was in the top 3. And now she has her own show, and she's, I'm sorry, the boys better watch out, guys. Because she's only had the show since January or February, and she's already just making headlines and just going, she's just a steam engine, just going full speed.
What I like about her is that she's not like when Kathy Griffith and Chelsea Handler had their late night shows. I feel like they were just raunchy humor, and it just wasn't like funny raunchy. It was just anything to get views. And with her, it's like genuine content. Like she'll say like dirty things, but it's not just like for the entertainment. I feel like it's just genuinely funny.
It is definitely a more politically based show. Like it's definitely more political than the other late night shows, but it works for her. It works really well, and if you haven't seen it, check it out, because she's amazing, and read her book, too. She's great. So I think we need more Samantha Bees in the late night realm, and it just makes me sad when, I remember Vanity Fair did a cover story on late night a couple months ago, and the picture, it was all guys, and 2 of them were not white, Trevor Noah and Larry Wilmore. That was it. And there was a lot of men in that picture, and it was really sad. So I definitely think that's somewhere that we need that, maybe in the next couple of years, we'll get more diverse, I hope. I don't know. But even with those issues, I still love late night TV.
Yeah, absolutely.
I think it's great. So I think that's all we have for today.
Yes.
Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next week.